Morning everybody. So it is now October and it's Saturday, so I have arrived and it's dark, which is really gloomy, but the clocks I think change in a week or two. I'm not sure. Actually I think it might only be a week, so that'll be better. So the first thing I always do when I get here is make the horses breakfasts before I do anything else. So Basil, morning Basil, is munching on his. A nice messy stable, hey? Good boy. And then little Tommy's munching on his small breakfast because he's not in need of much more. Oh, he's made a bit of a mess today. So he's munching on his. And Chesney, who doesn't seem to have eaten much hay last night, is eating his enormous breakfast, which I put on. You can't really see, it's too dark, which I put on Instagram this week. Anyway, I've just changed his rug as well, so he's all set to go out. I usually in the week, the next thing I do is usually soak Basil's hay so that it has half an hour to soak while I'm mucking out, so that I can then drain it before I go off to work. But I've got obviously extra time today, so I'm filming this instead. So I'm going to change Basil's rug now so that he's all set to go out, because what I try and do is I put Tommy out, then Basil out, and Chesney then usually carries on eating a bit, because Basil starts getting really antsy and grinding his teeth and things, so I try and stop him grinding them any more than he has to. Anyway, so I'm going to do Basil's rug now. So here we are, Tommy. He's eating his apples, boy. And then we try and, which probably, you know, I know it's maybe not exactly correct, but we try and walk around him when we put him out, because we're trying to get him used to touching him. We're trying to get used to more touching in the field, aren't we, Tommy? Hey, it's a good boy. We might have a little cuddle. Good boy. And a little kiss. No kisses this morning. Mwah. Good boy. Okay. He does lots of lying down in the stable because he's often covered in shavings. So now we're going to go and get Basil and Chesney. So here we are, Basil and Chesney out. Chesney's having a bit of a lick of my hand. Oh, now he's going to... Tommy's already gone. Already gone. And Chesney's going now as well. The first few days that I had them in at night, so last weekend, when I put Tommy out first, he wasn't quite sure, because I have the lights on the yard so I can see. I guess it doesn't matter to him, but I can see. So it's quite a big change going from the light to the dark, and the other two I guess are quite used to it. They know the field really well, so it doesn't bother them. But Tommy was a little bit unsure, and he would just venture just past the gate until the others were out. But now he's just gone, hasn't he, Basil? And Basil will just stand here licking and windsucking on the post for a little while. I don't know why. There's no explaining some horses. So the next thing I'm going to do is soak Basil's hay. That's the hay all soaking for Basil, because the things aren't very big. I have to do two, which is a bit frustrating, but also it means they're not so heavy to carry, I guess. So while I've been waiting for that to do, I've collected my wheelbarrows and my tools together for the big mucking out, and I've washed Basil and Tommy's bowls. Chesney's I'm going to soak with some hot water and some washing up liquid, because he has oil in this food. It's really difficult to clean, and I don't have time to do all this in the week, so I'm going to soak it with some hot water and see if I can't scrub this black edge off today. And obviously I am going to skip out and then get all the wet shavings out and make them some nice lovely beds. So I will update you in a little while. Chesney's having a roll. The sun's, well, come up sort of. You can't actually see the sun because it's so dull and horrible, but it has. Bless him, little cotton socks. Oh, Basil's going to go as well now. I think the battery's going to go on the camera in a second. Basil has to get up and get down again to do the other side, whereas Chesney can roll right over. Doesn't look like Tommy's going to join in today though. Oh, there we go. So I've done all the stables now and swept all the yard. Let's put the last tools away. So Basil has got some nice new shavings underneath his bed today. Make it nice and thick. And Chesney and Tommy, I decided didn't need any new shavings. Tommy has started using his lick again, which is great, but unfortunately, because he does so much lying down at night, when he gets up he often seems to throw not the shavings in there, so I have to keep tipping it up to get them out, but he seems to be using that again, which is nice. And then Chesney also, as I say, didn't need any shavings, so I've just tidied up his stable. So the next thing I'm going to do is finish doing the cobwebs. I did Basil's stable a couple of weekends ago and I haven't done Tommy's or Chesney's, so I'm going to do that next this morning. So I will go and get Henry the Hoover and get all that done, and I'll be really pleased when I've done that and clean the windows, because it's a bit late this year and the leaves are falling off and it's autumn and I really want to have got that done, so I should be really pleased when that's done. The other thing I'm then going to do is finish painting the stables. You can see where I've got to, just about that line I went to, so all the rest of it's done. I've just got to do this last bit around Chesney stable, and I may try and do under here a bit, but probably not, to be honest, because it's mostly where the sun is that obviously it needs the treating, and obviously it doesn't get any sun under there. So I'm thinking I might not worry about that. I'll see how I get on. I don't think I'll get it done today, but I might get it done next time. Anyway, so that's the plan now. So as I say, I'm going to go and get the Hoover and get the rest of the cobwebs out of the stable. That seems to have worked with Chesney's bowl, the hot water and the washing up liquid. It's come quite clean. I've been using this. I got an old dandy brush in a second-hand sale, and it's an old one, so it's got really hard bristles on, and I got that really because I don't like using new ones for jobs like this, and a lot of brushes you buy aren't sort of got good enough bristles, so I'm really pleased that's come clean. And I have tipped over Basil's hay net, soaked hay nets, so they will now drain for the rest of the day, so they're not so heavy and wet. And Chesney now seems to be having a little bit of a sleep, if it's going to focus, and the other two are eating. Anyway, I shall update you in a while. So before I start the painting, I've decided I'm just going to lunge Basil. Now I'm only doing him for 10 minutes at the moment, because obviously ideally that's not the first thing you do when when a horse has just had a break, but I still can't really put a bit in his mouth and he's keen to do something, so we're just mostly walking, and as you can see Chesney's getting himself in a stew already. So I'm just going to do him for 10 minutes and mostly walk. We do a little bit of trotting, and anyway, so I'm going to do that because Chesney's getting a bit upset. Good boy. Good boy, Basil. Hello, darling. You ready? So I've done my lunging and Basil's back out again. All rugged up again. And Chesney's having a little post lick because they've just had a bit of apple. And I'm going to go and move the fence now. And Tommy is just standing down here. And he's not daft because he knows now that I'm probably going to come and move the fence a bit, as I've done it the last couple of times I've done lunge Basil. And Chesney also is not daft. Tom Tom, come on. That's some nice grass. Come on. Here he comes. Hi Tommy. Good boy. You're gonna eat some nice grass. Won't be long before the others arrive. Chesney's on his way. Oh, and so's Basil. Right, I'm going to move the fence a bit more. Basil and Tommy are quite good friends now. Tommy's still a bit wary of Chesney. Likes to keep Basil in between him. There's something, not sure what it is. Can't see anything myself. It keeps looking out over the hedge. Oh, Chesney's coming. So it's a bit later now, and I've just come back and I've been to the Saddlery shop. I've got some friends here. Just went for some shavings and some nuts for Chesney, but I've also bought some tapeworm test kits, so I'm going to do those probably next weekend. And I've bought some, these are called POMs, they're equine earplugs, because unfortunately bonfire night is coming up again, so this is my next, or this year's new thing to try, see if that works. So they only have one pair, so I'm going to try them and then we'll see. Anyway, I better get this unloaded. Okay, time to come in then. Good boy. Go straight in, please. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, you. Go in your stable, please. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Good boy, Tommy. Come on, Tommy, in you go. Good boy. On the way, Poppet. I know there's apples in your dinner, but go on. Good boy. He's a good boy. What have you got in your dinner? Have you got some apples? What a lucky boy. So yeah, I'm just doing Chesney's water now. They all had little apples in their dinner, so we're all quite happy. And Tommy's really quite settled in quite well now into the routine of coming in, haven't you, Poppet? Good boy. Is that nice? It's funny. on the back of your ear. Just a few pinky bombs. So as I mentioned earlier, it's as you all know, it's coming up to firework night, so I've got to start on trying to get them used to fireworks again. I've brought my iPod down in, which I've got in like a little old speaker set, which I downloaded. I downloaded some firework sounds too, so I'm going to play that now. Last year I had it on full volume and Chesney and Basil weren't bothered, but when the actual fireworks were going on they were dreadful. But I'm doing this as much for Tommy really as anybody, so we will see what happens. So he's not sure, are you? I actually don't tend to have many of the squealy ones. It's more the... I suppose they are rockets. Yeah, I suppose they do have squealy ones. Good boy. Good boy. So I'm going to leave the vlog there for today. All the boys are all tucked up their tea. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my normal day again, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.